Hello students, in last video we have studied the some basic services of operating system provided to the user. So let us revise once again what do you mean by OS. So OS or operating system is nothing but a system software. It acts as an interface between user and hardware. So in this video we are going to study the some basic functions of operating system. So there are 7 basic functions of operating system. In that, first one is resource allocation. So in this, what do you mean by resource? So resource is CPU, memory, or it may be some input output device. So operating system manages or allocates these resources to different processes, or you can say different users. If two or more processes wants to access the CPU at the same time, then to which process the CPU will be allocated and for how much period or for how much time, that would be taken care by the operating system. For an example, when in your laptop or in your computer many processes are running, if you open the task manager, then you will come to know that some background processes are also running. For example, if you are typing in MS Word and at the same time even you may listen the songs, and at the same time even you may surf the internet or searching something on internet, means at the same time you are doing the many tasks. In computer or in laptop, when you will open the task manager, you will come to know that is also allocated CPU allocates 2% to listening songs, some percent to input output devices, like that, and so on. So this allocation is handled by operating system. So in resource allocation, mainly it decides which process, which device would be allocated and for what time and for how much long time that device will be allocated to that process. Okay. So the next function is process management. So as I told in last video, what do you mean by process? So process is a program which is still in a execution mode. Okay. So here in process management, the process will be allocated. As I told in resource allocation, the resources are allocated. In process management, the processes will be allocated. If more than one processes are running for more time, this thing will be done with the help of scheduling. Okay. So now this scheduling will be discussed in detail in the second unit. So this scheduling the processes are done by using the certain algorithms. So these algorithms are we are going to study in the second unit. Okay. So now we'll go with the third function, that is memory management. It is particularly concerned with the main memory, or you can say a RAM. If you want to execute something in computer, then it must be allocated some space in the main memory. Example, if you have written a C program to print a hello message, okay, and after typing that program, you are going to save that file with the hello.c, or whatever you are going to give the file name, that will be the file name with the .c extension. And when you are going to compile that file, that is hello.c, whenever you are going to compile, then this will be converted in object file, because your system can only read the object file. It cannot read the program written in English, and it must be converted into the machine language, that is 0 or 1. Now when you want to run this, and or whenever you are going to start executing this, then it becomes a process, and this time some space would be allocated in main memory. So what I told, whenever you are going to save that file and after compilation actual execution will be start. So that execution is nothing but that process, or in that mode will be called as the, you can say, process. So whenever it enters in the process mode, so for that time the CPU allocates certain memory or certain space into the computer, that is in main memory. Then the execution starts. Okay, so now without allocating a space to main memory, no processes can execute. Remember, without allocating the space to our any programs, we cannot execute the programs. Okay, so we can execute the program only when the CPU allocates the memory to the programs. Okay, so now at the same time many processes or programs are running, and all the processes are in the same main memory, you can say, for running that programs or for the respected programs. And as you know, main memory is having the limited space. So which process will be there in main memory and for how much time will be again decided by the operating system. Okay, so now we'll go to the fourth function, that is input output management. So as you know, input output, so on screen I have written IO, that is input output management, or you can say input output device management. So we already know that input output devices are nothing but our printer, scanner, keyboard, mouse, etc. So now let's take an example. If you have one printer and to that printer we have connected the three computers, so now operating system, how it is going to manage? Okay, so which user is going to access this printer and for what time? It is not like that whenever the user wants to take the print of a certain document, so at the same time all the three users cannot use that printer. Okay, so only one user can use the printer here. Then it is the responsibility of operating system to allocate or to manage these type of problems. Okay, so now the fifth function is storage management. This one is related to the disk, or even this actually relates to the secondary memory, or you can say hard disk. So now the data is stored permanently in this. Now using that, so how we are going to store the data in hard disk permanently? By using the drags, sectors and all. So again, after storing that data in the hard disk, so how the user is going to access that data from the hard disk or from any secondary memory device? So that is also again taken care by the operating system. So this is a storage management is what now, how we are going to store the data in hard disk, and after storing that data in it permanently, how we are going to access, or how the user is going to access that data from that hard disk. So now protection and security, that is the sixth function of operating system. So now security or protection and security means, if your system is password protected, then whenever you are going to open your laptop or this or your personal computer, then it asks us to enter the password. So if the password is correct, then only the user is allowed to access the data from your computer. So OS, that is operating system, takes care that no unauthorized person can access the files. So now the last function is accounting. So we want to keep track of which users uses how much and for what kinds of computer resources. So this record keeping may be used for the accounting, or for just simply how much the user has used. Certain stat will be recorded just for the record purpose we may use it. So all these recording things also will be done by the operating system. Thank you.